Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video we are here for Kizumonogatari Part 2. This is Nekketsu-Hen was the third one, right? This is Nekketsu-Hen. This is Nekketsu-Hen. From the preview, also I gotta fix my fucking light again. That's why it looks a little dim. From the preview of the last movie, the little audio preview we got at the end, it sounds like Hanekawa is gonna get a lot more involved here. And yeah, it's time to go try to plea with these three vampire hunters. We're gonna try to split them up, make deals with them so we can get the arms and shit back. I'm gonna guess fighting is gonna ensue. I don't think it's gonna go that well with all of them. We got teased at what some of the vampire hunters are, one of them being a half vampire himself, so that's gonna be interesting as we maybe learn more about them. I'm curious how Hanekawa is gonna get involved because she was the one who mentioned the vampire rumors ARARAGI in the first place, and something tells me that she's gonna, like, you know, try to hang out or, you know, talk to ARARAGI or something like that, and he's not gonna know how to go about it because he's a vampire now. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. Yeah, someone made a great comment on understanding ARARAGI's statement in the first part about how he believes that friends will, like, change his humanity and things like that. I'm gonna pull that up actually because I want to read that comment because that was a very good comment. I'll just read it verbatim. I'll also slap it on screen because I think it's a great comment. It says, "If I had friends, they'd lower my strength as a human," is probably the most important line in this whole movie, maybe even the whole story thus far. Despite it being pretty edgy, it represents ARARAGI's struggle perfectly. ARARAGI is scared of the influence of other people. If his friends are sad, he is sad. He's less human because his pure human form is being changed by the people around him. How fitting then that his oddity, a vampire monster, shows up right after he makes his first friend, Hanekawa. And what does that oddity do? It takes away his humanity and turns him into a monster. We can then apply this back to Bakemonogatari, which is monster story or change story. The story where ARARAGI makes a bunch of new friends, and as shown in Tsubasa Cat, changes because of their influence on him. This leads him to valuing his life a little bit more, which is where he calls for the very oddity representing this new monster within him to save himself. Credit a lot of these connections to Stasis Pyramid. He completely changed the way I thought of this arc. That's dope. Really, because I had the base level of that statement. I had obviously acknowledged about how, you know, he's saying he's scared of, like, you know, people affecting him when he begins to care about them too much, and, you know, how their feeling and things will affect him, and he doesn't want that to happen. And then very ironic that as soon as he makes his very first friend, he immediately gets turned into a vampire and gets his humanity stripped from him. So that was a great comment. I'm excited to see where this movie goes. I don't think I have too much else to say here. We got our girl Shinobu, or her long ass name, which I'm not gonna repeat, but she is a special vampire that can suck the energy of oddities as well as blood from humans and turn them into vampires. She stated that sucking the blood of humans turns them into a vampire no matter what. However, in Bakemonogatari they said something, I don't remember the exact term of phrase, but they said something along the lines of a vampire has the choice to make someone a follower or just take their blood for energy and you know, sustenance and things like that. So I don't know whether in Bakemonogatari they were more referring to the fact that Shinobu is a special kind of vampire in the way that she can take the energy from oddities and suck blood to turn humans into her followers, or if they meant vampires as a whole and Shinobu was lying because she turned ARARAGI into a follower because she liked him so much, and she was just embarrassed to admit that, because she very well could have, if that situation is the case, she very well could have, you know, sucked his energy and then just left him, because ARARAGI asks, like, why'd you turn me into a vampire, like, why am I here? And instead of, you know, her saying something like, oh yeah, I liked you so much that I chose to keep you as a follower and turn you into a vampire instead of just draining your blood and killing you, she was too embarrassed to say that, and so she just said that no matter what, when a vampire sucks blood, it turns another human into a vampire. I guess I was gonna say, because she said she hasn't made another vampire for 400 years, I was gonna say there's no way she hasn't sucked blood since then, but then I was reminded of the fact that she can just take energy from oddities and be okay. So I don't know which one it is. It could be either option there, but yeah, maybe we'll find out more about that. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current and past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to my reactions. So feel free to check out either of those over your own will. And now that by the way, by the time this comes out on YouTube and you're seeing this, I'm gonna be so far ahead with this show, because with these movies especially, I'm probably gonna take like 2 weeks to post both of them, because I've been posting 1 to 2 episodes of Bakemonogatari a week, and I'm gonna slow that down when we get to these movies, and it'll probably be like 1 every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be way ahead by the time these come to YouTube, so I just keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, let's hop into this. I need to go fix my light. I had gotten it to stay on yesterday, but now it keeps turning off. It's very fucking broken. I need to get a new one. Okay, let's hop into it. I also tweaked the subtitles a bit, so hopefully they look a little bit better, because if you were watching like minimized, if you didn't have it in full screen, the subtitles looked like very weirdly like pixelated. So I fixed it. Someone told me there was a way to increase the size of subtitles in MPV, and then I looked it up and I've done that. So I did that. I adjusted the subtitle box for you guys on YouTube and all the above. So let's hop in. We're using the Edo subs per usual. I was told those were the best for, in case you didn't watch the first part. I don't know why you would watch this and not the first part. I was told the Edo subs are the best for the Kizumonogatari movies. I will probably be moving to Cole Girls after that. I was told MTBB is the best for Bakemonogatari. These are the best for Kizumonogatari. And then it's kind of split for the rest of the series. People say that both MTBB and Cole Girls are good for different reasons, which I'll talk more about when I get to Nisei Monogatari, when I have to worry about which subtitle path I'm going to pick, but we'll see. Anyway, now let's actually start the movie. This one's 1 hour and 8 minutes. They're all pretty similar in length. Whoa. Oh shit, meeting with the first vampire on here. The one that has like the blades that like are a part of his arms or something. Pitiful boy? Okay, fuck you. Meaning of Heart Underblade. This guy's tall. Oh my god. Araragi is not a short dude, and this guy is a fucking giant. Jesus Christ. So I guess they are just gonna fight. They got him split up, but it seems like this guy just wants to fight. Also, the subtitles are still kind of small. Let me see if I can, I'm just worried about when like a longer subtitle comes across the screen that it's gonna go way outside the box. We'll adjust as on the move. Because I didn't want to, I used fixing the subtitle size in the first movie, so I don't know if things are going to look any different in this one, because obviously I didn't want to skim through this first movie trying to find good subtitles to size it out, so I went to the first movie and did that. So we'll see how it works, because obviously I don't do the subtitle boxes and all this in post. I just have this on my OBS. It's much easier, and for someone who doesn't have a whole ton of time to edit, it's much easier to just have one video file that I'm editing. Confirm the terms. I still want to know why they're keeping her bodily parts. Does it give them a power-up? What good does keeping her bodily parts do for them? I mean, I know it's the bodily parts of a super powerful vampire, but what good does it do them to take them from her and not kill her? So, because they took them and didn't kill her, and then also they're just holding on to them? What does that do for you? Why not just like burn it or toss it or something? Maybe they're like, nah, you can't do that or something. I don't know. Araragi really plans to fight this dude? Oh, Jesus. I'm nervous for you, my boy. Kizumonogatari 2. Nekketsu. There's that again. Someone clarified that the Morse code they were using, because I knew it was Morse code because the dots and the lines, I just didn't know what the Morse code was. It was SOS. This little, I don't know what this is, but I think in the last movie it was ... line, and that spells out SOS, which was very interesting because the whole time that was showing up was when Shinobu was, you know, in the subway, like on the floor, like dying. So it was like an SOS call out for help. Now I'm really curious. Oh my god, an even longer one. Wish I knew Morse code. I don't feel like we're really looking it up either. Sure, the comments will clarify. Also, some other, actually, I'll just tell it while the credits are rolling. Someone told me that this is also very loud. Jesus Christ, why is it so loud compared to the other one? Someone mentioned that these movies were in production since Bakemonogatari finished. That's crazy. These movies took them 5 to like 6 fucking years. The first one came out in 2016, the first part, and Bakemonogatari came out in 2010. That's insane. They were working on these movies for so long, which also means this is the same director as Bakemonogatari, as I was told. The director for Call of the Night doesn't really pick up and maintain the series still for a bit. It was something like that. I forget exactly when. But this besides the point. This is the same director, which will not cease to amaze me how drastically different the show looks, despite it being the same director. It's the same director, all the above. I would assume same crew, because they said that this started production right after Bakemonogatari finished. Same crew, and it looks so different, but so fucking good. Like, I didn't hate the style of Bakemonogatari, but just the quality of this is just another level. What is he reading here? Aikido for dummies. Oh god, he's trying to learn how to fight. Okay, so we're going back before he confronts that dude. Yeah, he's trying to learn how to fight. Yeah, looking around if there's people coming. That's a baseball. Why is he suddenly standing over by the pole? Baseball guide to pitching. Is one of his weapons going to be like throwing a baseball or something? Grip the ball, direct power from your lower body to your upper body, and swing your arm. Oh yeah, this noir thing, I think I looked into it a little too deeply, though it could be purposely using the word noir. It also just means black, which is literally what these frames are. They're just black frames. Oh yeah, dramaturgy. It's the guy we're going after. Oh, he's just a flat out vampire. Okay, so we have a vampire, a half vampire, and a human. In the little preview, they detailed that one of the vampire hunters is human, and he denies the existence of vampires by erasing their existence. He doesn't believe they're real because he erases and kills all of them. Yeah, he rested on his lap. Ow! Yeah, it's true. I literally commented on how giant he is. He also, his hands like turn into blades. Yeah. It's a great question. I mean, he probably gets paid for it. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and a vampire for a vampire. Hello, HANEKAWA. Uh-oh. She gonna see you reading like combat books and wonder what the fuck you're reading? Hello. Oh, yeah. Yeah, covering. Oh my god. Pushing the skirt down as the wind comes in. That's crazy. I immediately think it back. The stutter being like a DJ. He's tweaking out! ARARAGI is tweaking the hell out. You broke ARARAGI. Oh god, he was trying to act like nothing had happened, but wow, HANEKAWA just brazenly bringing it back up. he was trying to bury that. Oh my god, I saw them. He's so red. You lying ass boy. Such a liar. When we keep seeing flashes in his head of the panties. You were such a liar. This music, I gotta say, I hope it keeps up with all the things that I praised from the first movie. There was so many like background worthy shots. The animation was absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous, and stylistically it was incredibly pleasing to look at. The soundtrack of the movie was like noticeably incredibly good. Every OST was great and very like pronounced and felt very purposeful and fit the scenes. I'm really hoping everything that was great about that first movie, and I'm talking obviously everything I just talked about there is non-plot wise, is in this movie as well. It already looks great though. I love you can see them. They're just little specks right here. She's staying away from her home. Yeah, she doesn't want to be at home right now, probably, if I had to guess. Oh god. Man, she is much more, how to explain it? She's much more, trolly in this. I guess maybe it's before she realizes that vampires and oddities and all the above exist. Maybe that shook her world up a little bit, but she's much more, there's a word I'm looking for. Trolly is not the word I am looking for. I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. It's bothering me. This always happens. This always happens. If you've watched my channel for any period of time, anytime I need a word, I cannot think of it. You are such a liar. You literally bought one. like the other day. Before you ran into Shinobu, you bought one. They would taint my soul. And obviously, I feel like I don't need to clarify this, but I'm going to anyway, just because. I know Shinobu is not her name right now. I know Shinobu is like a complete... I talked about it extensively at the end of the last movie, that something is going to happen to Kiss Shot to turn her into the, like, as Oshino referred to her as, husk of a vampire. Something is going to happen at these movies that turns her into Shinobu, because they call her Shinobu, they don't even call her Kiss Shot. But I'm referring to her as Shinobu. It's just what I've always called her. It's easier to go by. It's just easier for my brain. I feel like I don't have to clarify that. I feel like that's pretty just obvious, but I'm doing it anyway, just in case. Yeah, he's trying to dip immediately. I mean, he does have very important shit going on, Hanekawa. I don't think it's necessarily that he doesn't want to speak to you. It's that he's about to have to fight a vampire hunter who's also a vampire. We rarely hang out. Whoa. I love her cat mouth. That's something that I can say is, it's just, I don't know, it gives her so, I don't know how it does, but it just gives her so much more characterization. I don't know how. Just about whatever comes to mind. Your friends, you just figure out topics of conversation. Talk about like a book you read recently, current world events, fucking what's going on in class, how much you hate this teacher, drama, gossip, although that definitely doesn't seem like Araragi's type, or Hanekawa's, to be honest with you. Talk about anything. You just come up with something. That's what you do with friends. Or sometimes you just chill and hang out in silence. That's also totally okay too. You don't always have to be talking. There you go. Araragi has not studied in a while. Spanish. Darn. This is completely bull. I'm only at conversational level. That's still incredibly good. I took like 2 years. No, I took more than 2 years. I took a good bit of time of Spanish. I think I took 1 year in middle school, 1 year in 2 years of Spanish, effectively, I think. Yeah, two full years of Spanish. I don't remember like anything. I could get words and like some phrases I understand. Fuck, I don't remember like anything else. I've never had to use it, and so it's just not been something I've kept at the tip of my noggin. And that, like I said, that was freshman year of high school. God, that, yeah, it was a while ago. It's probably better than Araragi. He didn't study Spanish. Oh. Yeah, he just tried to spit out some word he thought was Spanish. Look at his face! Spasibo doesn't mean wonderful. So she knows Russian as well. Oh god. He's so embarrassed. You see him blushing? You really do know everything. I don't know everything. I just know what I know. Yeah, this movie's already like so pretty, man. It's so good. Yeah, I gotta brush off the subject because you did not study. Hey, that's actually true. You learned about oddities, vampires, fucking all the above from Oshino, and you know the fact that he is one. Let's be more constructive! It's so funny seeing Araragi before he gets like his wits about him when talking to people, because throughout Bakemonogatari he's very good at conversation with people, but here with Hanekawa, given how she's his first friend, he is on the struggle bus. And obviously, you know, he got taken off guard. He wasn't expecting to see her here, so he didn't have time to prepare, and he's like trying to hide the book to not show her that he's like practicing to fight some guy, and that obviously, you know, a lot has gone on since he last saw her, so it's easier said than done to just have a basic normal conversation. Oh god. Wow. This is a topic she seems passionate about. How can we put an end to bullying? Oh well, he was like, let's talk about how we can better society, and Hanekawa was like, yes! It's immediately on board. Yeah, he's about to have to go fight some guy. I'm glad he added it, and so should I, because it would sound like you're trying to send her away before you do something. But he's not about to head home, he's about to go fight a vampire hunter. Oh, you see the fangs? That's such a good shot. You shouldn't be out at night, as he says, with the fangs showing. Yeah, he's repeating to her the exact rumor that she told him, which he now knows is completely true, and he is saying you might run into a vampire, which she already has. She's staring at one. That's a very suspicious line. I'd be immediately suspect of what the hell he's talking about. Really? Oh god, yeah. Her just being so chipper about it, being like, I wish that would happen. I wish I'd run into a vampire. And Araragi being like, no. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. That's why he really didn't want to hear that, because obviously he doesn't want her to go through what he's gone through. Why? Yeah. Immediately set him off and got, yeah, the uneasy breathing set off some, you know, clear trauma there from the situation he went through. He's just trying to barrel through it to get back to being a human, but obviously, you know, what he went through was very traumatic. Also, the noise as she's stepping. It's also just like, these scenes are so pretty because there's so much movement, if that makes any sense. They purposely make it really windy when they don't have to. They could make it not windy and just have their hair just sit there. Hanekawa could still be walking around, but her skirt wouldn't be going crazy. Her hair wouldn't be flowing in the wind. That's so much extra steps to animate stuff. They could have just had it be a normal night where it's not windy, and so the hair stays still, but you can still like have them moving around and stuff. It's just the added effort that they put in to make it so that like constantly in every scene it's windy. The hair's moving and flowing very seamlessly with beautiful animation. Like that takes so much extra unnecessary effort, but they do it anyway because it makes things look just that much better. God, the teeth. Whoa. Holy fuck, they just want everything to be a background. This is gorgeous. Oh my god. I have a variation of the thumbnail from the first movie that I used on the Patreon cut. I'll probably use a different one for the YouTube cut because, as I'm about to explain, it doesn't work very well because it's this beautiful shot where Araragi and Shinobu are like on the railing of a balcony looking over at the cityscape. And I think it's a gorgeous shot and I wanted to use it for my thumbnail, but it doesn't really, you know, like when thumbnails are already very small on YouTube, you need something to pop for people to see it, to recognize like, oh, that's what he's watching, and I don't think that frame will do that. So sadly, I probably won't use it as the thumbnail, but I think it's such a gorgeous frame. But this is another one of those instances where I'd be like, this is such a gorgeous frame, I would so use this in a thumbnail if the thumbnails weren't so fucking tiny that you can't, you know, really see what's going on if the subjects of the thumbnail are too small. Yeah, I mean, because as she said, she thinks it's just a rumor. So it's more just like, she's just like, oh, it'd be cool to meet a vampire, all the above, because she doesn't think they're actually real. But, you know, Araragi's freaking out here, being like, no, why would you say that? You don't want to meet a vampire. You don't want to meet a vampire. No, Jesus. I'm craving... Okay, see, this is what I was worried about. The subtitles are just slightly off the screen. Let's shrink them down a bit. There you go. There's the line. And then we buff it up again. Oh, Jesus. Oh Jesus, yeah, I was waiting for him to lash out. He was huffing and puffing and freaking out there. I mean, reasonably so. Like, Hanekawa's obviously treating it as like a joke. Like, I'd love to meet a vampire, as I just said like a second ago. I'd love to meet a vampire, thinking they're not actually real, thinking it's just a rumor. And Araragi's like, been through what he's been through. He's like, you don't fucking want that. There's two different sides of it here, where one girl is just joking around about it, and one guy has actually been through it, and so he's taking it ultra seriously, and he's freaking out about it, and now he's gonna lash out, obviously. He's gonna, you know, freak out. Oh, Jesus. Araragi. What the hell? For what purpose? Pourquoi? Is he trying to separate himself from her? Like, because, you know, she's here talking about wanting to be a vampire and everything like that. I was thinking maybe he's doing like a virtuous thing and trying to push her away so she's not involved with him while he's doing this. But also, he very well might actually be pissed because she's taking so lightly a incredibly traumatic experience that he's been through. But also, it's not very fair to be mad at her because she doesn't know it's real. She's obviously just making jokes and making light about a rumor that somebody's spreading and things like that. And to Araragi, it's very real, but to her, it's not. So he might genuinely be upset, but that's not very fair to her in this situation. But it could also be the other option, like I said. Yeah, all of a sudden. Yeah, that's a lie. That is such a bullshit lie. I'm only after your money. Yeah, okay, I think it might have been the prior thing where he's trying to push her away. Yeah, he's trying to push her away because she's taking the vampire thing too lightly, and he thinks if she does stay out, she will genuinely get involved with a vampire and then experience what he has experienced. So I don't think he's actually upset. I think he acknowledges she doesn't know the severity of the situation because she thinks it's just a rumor, and so he's doing the virtuous option and trying to cut her off so he can push her the hell away and get her away from what is a very serious situation. Oh my god, she just can't even believe what's happening right now. I mean... Whoa, split in half there, that's interesting. See, the first part about, like, the money and everything, I was immediately jumped to the conclusion that he's just like, you know, that was a very obvious ploy to push her away. I can't tell if this is for real or not, what he's saying here. And once again, I don't think it is. I guess you're trying to be a good teacher's pet, because a genius like you would never give a damn about a failure like me. You must feel so superior, so good about yourself, but no one asked for your sympathy. I think he knows she isn't like that, though. I think this is just going along with what he just said, where he flubbed and fucked up and mentioned her money thinking she was like rich or something like that, and then she was immediately like, my family's not rich, and he's like, oh shit. I think this is following up with that. Maybe there's some true feelings to it, but I don't think so. I don't know. I just need to let it play out. Very interesting to have her split in two there. Took him a minute to get there. I thought he was maybe tearing up or something, but no, he's still just being ARARAGI with a serious face, but also it took him a minute to get there to figure out how to delete the contact, probably because he doesn't do it much. Yeah, it really feels like he's just creating a whole scene here to try and get rid of her, and then he like tried to make it all dramatic by turning and then going to delete it, but he's like, oh fuck, how do I do this? Like, maybe they could turn it around and he's being so serious. I don't think so. I think he is trying so hard to cut her off, and he keeps fucking up. All the flashes of her. Whoa. As if this time he didn't turn around to wave at her, he's facing the other way. That's interesting, because, you know, the first time she peeked back around that corner, she waved at him again, and then he waved back, but this time she peeks around and he's completely turned around. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I feel bad. Ooh, with this I've gained a bit of my strength as a human. Oh, very obviously tying back to his line about how few other friends can affect him and things like that. This I've gained back a bit of my strength because there's one less person to negatively afflict him, basically. Because that whole talk was like, you know, talking about how he was talking about like friends are sad, makes me sad, friends are having a bad time, makes me have a bad time, and then Hanekawa was like, but if friends are happy, it makes you happy too, right? And he just immediately disregarded that, only looking at the negatives, and he's still doing that here. He's saying getting rid of her is making him stronger as a human because there's not someone to bog him down or hold him down. So yeah, I think he very much did like her, and none of what he said was true. He was just trying to get rid of her, which is not gonna happen, obviously. Ooh, yeah. You gained a bit of your strength back as a human, huh? But you're all really pissed off, throwing the book down and all the above. Now it feels like he's just telling this to cope. He's telling himself this to cope with, you know, the fact that he just lost a friend. Yeah, it feels like he's just lying to himself now, so he doesn't feel bad about what just happened, about what he just did. He's very clearly lying to himself, so he doesn't feel bad about it. I'd be curious if Hanekawa was gonna follow him. A broken heart is no big deal. Yeah, clearly just trying to shut down whatever feelings might be welling up inside of him. Just telling himself, I'm stronger because of that. I just made myself stronger with what I did there. I've regained my strength as a human by doing that, you know. Obviously coping. I would be very curious if Hanekawa, because that sudden outburst makes no sense in theory. It makes no sense, and I feel like Hanekawa's smart enough to pick up on that, at least I would hope, and so I'm curious if she's gonna follow him and that's how she gets involved. I don't know, but I do know she's getting involved. She's not suddenly gonna be gone. Obviously, they're still friends and close, and she is in love with him in Bakemonogatari, so she's not gone. Yeah, verse dramaturgy. They're doing it at the high school? Oh my god, bro. Holy fuck, that wide shot did not do justice to how giant this dude is. Oh my god. He's gotta be at least like 8 or 9 feet tall. Holy shit. How do you exist in human society and people don't see you? I mean, I know you're a vampire, so you have to go out at night, but still. Also, this rainy atmosphere perfectly fits the end of the scene that just occurred. Oh god. Yeah, he's throwing hands. Oh my god, he's fucking giant. Hey! The noise! You can't play that noise after that! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! I think he's obviously trying to threaten him here just to be like, look, we don't gotta fight, just tell me where she's at or otherwise I'll kill you. Oh my god, because he could have just kicked a hole through his chest there, but he went for the arm. The noise! Oh my god. Yeah, and obviously he's gonna feel the fucking pain from that. Jesus, they didn't have to go back and show us. Ow! Oh my god. Yeah, that very well could have killed you, dude. Holy fuck. Is he running to try to go grab his arm? Or nope, Araragi's just running away. Is his arm gonna grow back? Oh god, dude, this is fucking rough. And it's locked. Oh god. Thanks. Oh, Jesus. Dude, the 3D and 2D are mixed so well, it's crazy. It's so dope how they make the 2D characters interact with the 3D environment. Oh my god, Araragi just dodging for dear life. Ooh. Yeah, his arm's stuck in the wall, dog. You should run. That's such a cool detail. The water like coming off of him as he like turns around like all crazily. That's like, once again, they just do the minor details super well. Oh my god, Jesus! This dude hasn't even turned his arms into those blades yet. He's like very clearly realized this minion is not a fighter. Also, I would have to say, I do think this Araragi is probably more accurate to like a canon Araragi. I feel like the Araragi in Bakemonogatari looks too young because they're seniors and they're about to graduate and go to college. Like this looks more like an 18-year-old, this Araragi here. Like I think he is probably 18 if they're seniors, or at least at the very least 17. Like Araragi in Bakemonogatari looks more like he's like 15, or like, yeah, something like 15, 16, 14, something around that age. I would actually say this probably looks more accurate to his age here. Yeah, Araragi doesn't want to be referred to like that. He wants to be a human. Oh my god, there's a little tiny hand coming out of his arm there. Oh, Jesus, the real red hand sticking through. What is the plan here, Araragi? Oh, that's cool. And Shinobu did say that Araragi has very strong regenerative powers. Even in the state that he's in Bakemonogatari, where he's not a full vampire anymore, he still does have very strong regenerative powers. You loving those regenerative powers, aren't you, buddy? Oh my god, this dude stomps like the fucking Terminator. Brought him up to the roof. For what purpose did you bring him up here? Yeah, sitting up there like that. Aura farming and shit. He probably knows you were there. Oh shit! Dude, he's easily gonna throw you off, Araragi. Oh, fuck! Oh, they immediately melt away. Ow, god, I can't even imagine the fucking pain from that. Yeah, I was waiting for him to pull out the arm blades. He can make what? Oh my god, barely dodged that shit. Yeah, you have no arms. It's a lot more difficult to move. Holy shit, this is crazy! Oh my god, we really don't get a lot of action in Bakemonogatari, or in the Monogatari series, but holy fuck when they do it, especially in these movies. Oh my god, it's gorgeous! Actually, I can't even just say especially in these movies. The very little action we got in Bakemonogatari looked incredible too. Like, holy shit. Like, the Kanbaru versus Araragi fight was so stylistically crazy. I loved it. Like, the paint colors and everything. Jesus! Araragi just practically swimming away. There's your arms back, buddy. I also forget Araragi as a vampire has heightened physical abilities too. He isn't just a regular weak human anymore as a vampire. Oh, Jesus! Ow! Ow. Fuck, that's gotta hurt. Oh my god, yeah, he like broke his shoulder. You can see him holding his shoulder as he walks away. He very clearly broke that shit. But it'll heal. My guy's got great regenerative powers. Yep, and he just kicked down a door like it's fucking nothing. Also, I see why Araragi does not wear that jacket anymore in the mainline series. Got its sleeves completely torn off. He's wearing a tank top. No, that's not a tank. Yeah, he's wearing a tank top at this point. Is he trying to find something to use in here? Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's got the baseballs. I love how they show the Japanese flag after he pulls out the baseballs because it's their biggest sport, like, by far. Oh god, that just lightly tapped off of him. You're gonna have to put a little more arm force behind it. Oh god, they're just lightly tapping off of him when they hit him. Oh shit! Good throw, Araragi! They're giving us the action replay here. You actually gouged his eye out. No way he's defeated just after that. Then again, I guess it could be that some other vampires, maybe like this guy, don't have as good of regenerative powers as Araragi. Maybe this will take a minute, especially because it's a head wound. Araragi's were arm wounds. This is a head wound. Hey! Right in the same spot is crazy. I wonder if Araragi was purposely throwing weak. That would be really smart of him if he was purposely throwing just like weak throws to bait him in to come closer, and then just chuck a fucking fastball at his head. Wow. I fucking love it. Yeah, he's fucking Araragi held me. What the hell just happened? Really? I cannot afford to be struck by that with your strength. Damn. This guy realizes that when Araragi actually sticks, like, actually, you know, puts forth his strength, he's a fucking monster. Holy fuck, I didn't even realize he's holding something that big. Oh my god. I would need 2 full days to heal, and Araragi healed 2 arms getting cut off in mere seconds. Pretty dope. Araragi doesn't know how to fight for shit, but he's smart enough to navigate a situation like he just did where he was throwing the baseballs. I truly believe, I could be so wrong, but it'd be so cool if he was baiting him into it by throwing weak ass throws and then just chucking a monster pitch at him, hiding his true strength. Yeah, so Araragi is very special in that regard. You are an exception. Yeah. So, damn, that's crazy that a guy this big is weaker than Araragi and is surrendering here because he's weaker. That's crazy! He'll never live. Wow. What does supplication mean? A humble, earnest prayer or plea for help, a favor or mercy often made to a higher power or authority involving deep entreaty and a request for something needed for oneself or others. Okay, interesting. It's daytime now. Luckily we're on spring break, so nobody's coming here. Well, people might show up actually. You can maybe use school facilities. One down right leg obtained. I guess he let him go. Kinda made a mess of the school. Oh, fuck. Don't tell me he's about to get jumped. Oh, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew she was gonna fucking follow him. Oh, Jesus. I knew she was gonna why do they gotta animate the tits like that? Oh god, he's looking away all awkwardly like, fancy seeing you here, Hanekawa. Yep, she watched the whole thing. Oh my god. But were you doing things out of a light novel? Yeah, he's still really trying to push her away. I knew it. I knew Hanekawa was smart enough to see through his bullshit. I knew she was. Even he knows he's not. My fault for making you say that. You're in a situation that's forced. Oh, she picked up his. Aww. Because he threw it down before running to the school, and she came back and picked it up and followed after him, and she brought it to him. Aww, that's sweet. Where's he going? He's still not telling her what's going on. God, he's trying so hard. He's trying so hard to keep her out of this. He's trying so hard to keep her safe and uninvolved. But obviously she keeps pushing and pushing and wants to help him and all the above. She's got a good grasp on like what happened earlier, obviously, about why he pushed her away and things like that. But he's still trying to keep her out of it. And obviously, as we know, he's going to eventually let her in here because he says he owes an incredible debt to her. That's a big thing throughout Bakemonogatari, and one of the big reasons he never fell in love with her is because he feels like he owes a great debt to her for helping him and saving him, as he referred to it in Bakemonogatari. So we'll see what exactly that entails. And at the same time, she very clearly says that he, you know, saved her as well. But that, like I said, is part of the reason that he never fell in love with her or looked at her that way, is because he feels a debt towards her. Once again, such a bullshit lie. Liar. Yep. It's not who you are. Oh. Oh. Araragi running out of ways to try to keep her away. That's so sweet. She very obviously can tell he enjoyed talking with her, because he did. He was very happy. Remember, I can't believe it took this long to click in my head. Remember the fucking scene where after they talked and like became friends and everything, and she put her number in his phone, he was hopping and skipping happily away. Such a he's trying so hard, but it is just not working. She knows you too well at this point. Yeah, what the fuck was that image? Are those the same thing? Are we sure? Yeah, I was gonna say he meant assets and body. She thought he meant assets as in like physical assets, money wise, that you have. Wait, what? Oh, what the hell did I just do? Hello? What just happened? What did I do? These are the active key bindings? Okay, I didn't mean to pull this up. How do I get rid of this? No, I want to get rid of it. Hello? What happened? I don't know how to get rid of this. She could have just... Okay, escape got rid of it. I was like, I don't know what I did. Yeah, assets finance is in there. It's a double entendre. Okay, that's what it says. Assets slang, assets finance is what it said there. This is just not working. It's just not working. Now he's like going for the try to gross her out to keep her away. Now he's going for the, yeah, show me, do this thing that you would obviously, well, we'll see what Hanekawa does. But like, maybe she'll call his bluff or something and like actually, you know, fuck with him and, you know, maybe like barely do it or something. I don't know. But, you know, he's going for the whole like gross her out thing. Like he thinks, you know, being pervy will gross her out and get her to leave. Oh my god, she's actually gonna do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't breathe. Oh my god. His surprised hot and then the fucking... Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ. Is he gonna stop her? Is she gonna be wearing shorts under this time? They did have a whole conversation about wearing shorts. No way. Oh my god, she actually did it. Holy fuck, that's crazy. Oh my god. He's still... This is insane. Yeah, okay. He's immediately like, oh my god, this girl, I'm never gonna get rid of her. I just need to make her stop. I feel like such an asshole. What an interesting dynamic you two have established. Aww, that's so good. He realized there was no use in pushing her away and all of the above, and he felt like a piece of shit after actually making her grow through with pulling up her skirt. And now he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe this girl isn't so bad. It is just very funny how it's only after the panties thing that he finally caves. Oh, we bring in Hanekawa here now? He got the arm. Why you gotta unzip it so sensually? There, oh wait, that's right, he got the foot. It's a very perfectly intact foot. Shinobu can't reach it. She's trying to reach up. Or maybe he didn't bring Hanekawa here with him, or maybe they're just waiting to show us that she's here as well. I love the little anticipation here. It's from both of them. Araragi bending in and Shinobu leaning in to see. There you go. Oh god, Jesus. Does she need to eat it? What does she do now? Maybe it'll just like age her up to like a teen or something, because she looks younger in this image over here, so maybe she'll age up as she gets these until she's back to her full form. Yeah, she gonna eat it. Oh, the fucking, did you have to eat the shoe? Why'd you eat the heel? She ate the heel with it. Alright, they got kicked out. Whoa. Oh my god. These scenes are so pretty. Oh my god. These are so pretty. Holy shit. So I guess they didn't bring Hanekawa. Is he gonna say there's someone else who knows now? It's a great question. Was she just completely out of blood? Oh. Is it? So now they're making me think. We had this, I went on a whole spiel in the last movie about, you know, immortality and what exactly it means in context for Kizumonogatari here. Vampiric immortality, it seems to refer to the regenerative properties and not aging, because immortality is not immortality if it has a deadline. That's not immortality. The immortality, okay, that confirms it for me then. The immortality that we refer to in Kizumonogatari is the immortality of regeneration. That is the immortality we refer to. The immortality that Shinobu had, that had almost run dry, was the ability to regenerate endlessly. That is what had run dry. Nothing to do with immortality of aging. And maybe that's why he classified it specifically as vampiric immortality. But the immortality we're referring to in this situation is not age immortality, it is regeneration immortality. Yep, they disappeared. That's actually a good point. Why at the end of her line of immortality did, instead of her limbs disappearing, they're cut off cleanly and kept? Neither regenerated nor disappeared. Could have guessed it was probably something like this. And make it their own. Okay, so that's why we finally learn why they're keeping the limbs. Okay. So they weren't just taking her limbs in the way that if Araragi's arms get cut off, they just disappear. They weren't just taking the limbs, they're literally taking her existence as a vampire, which is why her power has been so severely weakened. He's just wondering if he should trust her. It's pathetic, damn. That is the one who saved your life. That's true. She did run out there to save him from burning. But she's also the reason he's a vampire in the first place. But at the same time, it's also a thing, like, you know, I still have my possible theory that she turned him into a vampire while having the option to just suck his blood because of his act of selflessness to come back and save her life. She liked him enough and liked that enough to want to bring him as her follower instead of just, you know, taking his blood. But it's also still the possibility that she was just telling the truth when vampires turn humans into vampires every time they suck their blood. I think that's very possible because now we've learned that her vampiric immortality was expiring, and it seems that she doesn't need to drink blood frequently, as you know, you would assume maybe vampires need to. It would appear her immortality might make it so she just doesn't need to do that. I don't know. And that's why she's only had one other follower before Araragi. Which I do question who that is. I wonder if we're ever going to learn that. Is Araragi not gonna put on new clothes? I mean, I guess he can't go home right now, but still. Yeah, now you say why the long face instead of why you look so excited and something good happened. It's why the long face did something good happen. I think she's done eating now. She gonna be aged up a bit? Yep, she has aged up a bit. She put on new clothes as well? The random dance. Yeah, why? Jesus. She got on nothing underneath this little dress, apparently. I guess she brought this with her so she had clothes to wear when she aged up. Because before she had on like the red shirt and like the what do you even call that? The like very puffy shorts. You done aged up. Why does she look so angsty? Why do the eyes look so angsty? Yeah. Is her mindset in like, you know... What? What's with the rebellious phase? He was looking around her admiring like, oh shit, she's aged up, what the hell? And then she runs away like she's actually a teenager or something. Why? Every time they do a side angle of Hanekawa, they do some shit like that. She's coming to meet him. He's gonna show her? Oh wow, yep, he brought her here to show her. So we've got another person involved. Not at all. He didn't go out looking for one at night. That's not why he was out at night at all. It's not your fault at all. You didn't speak it into existence. Okay, I guess she's saying like, because I jinxed it. I told you about it and then he ran into one. I jinxed you running into one. It also applies to supernatural entities. I mean, to be fair, yeah, kind of. There is instances where depending on the situation, you know, you say something and it could appear like Sengoku's thing where those kids were upset at, you know, the whole love triangle, whatever situation they had going on, and they cursed her because she rejected the one dude and then the girl was jealous, so they both cursed her. You know, they didn't mean to do that, obviously. They weren't trying to like use some supernatural oddity to curse her. They were just kids being upset and it happened to do that to her. She's not technically wrong. It can't happen. Yeah, how did you not run into one? Yeah. How was it Araragi and not you? Shouldn't you have met a vampire? Yeah? Yes. In this pretty scene. So we've cut back to them walking to the cram school here. The scene is so pretty and the OST is so good. Once again, very good OSTs. True? Very true. You are actively one. I wonder if I think I talked about this in the last movie. I do think I very much talked about this in the last movie. The debt that he feels to her very well might be something that is going to occur in the second half, because I think we're almost halfway. The second half of this movie and the third movie, but it very well also could be a part of his debt is that she continued to reach out to him despite his efforts to push her away. Like in that scene there, you know, where they were at the school bleachers or whatever, she kept reaching out and kept calling his bluff and all the above over and over again, and she very well could have saved him that way, because he could have completely cut off friends forever if she didn't do that. If she did not continue to reach out and call his bluff and push him to offer and ask to be friends with her, that very well could have led down a path where he made no friends. He never met Senjougahara. He never met some of the other people he meets in Bakemonogatari and things like that. And so he holds this very deep debt to her for possibly, like I said, something that might happen later on, but also because she continued to reach out her hand to him, and that's possibly why he can never look at her as a romantic interest like that, because he sees her as purely the friend who saved him. I feel like she was kind of fucking around a bit. Yeah, she was just mostly joking. Just like if I talked about this already. I feel like I hit that in. Slumped over there. What is the little tie she has around her wrist? I mean, I'm just escaping reality. Araragi wants so badly to go back to just being a human. That's good. He needed to hear something like that. Yeah, she's just here for emotional support at this point, but it's clear, you know, from the preview at the last movie that she's going to get involved a lot deeper here. Madison Square Garden sport. We saw this earlier, but I didn't go back. Boxing, wrestling, football sport. It's a USA bag, because obviously Madison Square Garden. Oh, so they packed that bag with, okay, clothes and things like that. Dope. Yeah, his jacket got ruined. So you just gonna watch? What? What kind of underwear did she grab? Okay. She even bought him underwear. She went above and beyond. So, is she, yeah, you gonna change in front of her? What was she expecting him to, like, change his underwear in front of her? I don't think she realizes what the situation looks like. Or what he's about to do. You're just gonna watch him change? Okay, now this is crazy. He does not, he looks like a full-grown adult. Araragi looks like, in this scene, he's looked younger, like, probably 17, 18, which is his age, is somewhere in there, for most of this movie. This dude, this is a 20-year-old man. That is a 20-year-old dude right there. She's really eyeing you up and down here. Oh, okay. The reason he looks the way he does is because of the vampire. He looks toned as hell. He didn't look like that originally. Ah, so that's why she wanted to examine him with his shirt off, because not because she's, you know, admiring that you know, he's a shirtless guy in front of her. No, she wanted to confirm that his body is vastly different than how she had seen him before. Whoa! Leaner or rather firmer? Good morning, Shinobu. Keeps thy body at peak condition. Makes sense. Okay, good night. What the hell? HANEKAWA, you don't realize how insane this is. I know she's like examining like a vampire's body because it's intriguing, obviously, because this Araragi isn't exactly just a flat-out human anymore, so it's intriguing. You want to be like, oh my god, this is the body of a vampire, because it puts you in peak condition and some, because your body might look peak human, but in reality he's significantly stronger than a regular human. More muscular elasticity. What's with the red on the fingertips? He's like so embarrassed. He's like, oh, what is happening right now? Oh god, that got her flustered as hell. Yeah, that immediately brought her back to reality of what she was doing. This is all baseless conjecture. Yeah, you totally don't like fantasize about this kind of thing or anything, and totally not. It's just baseless conjecture. Now she has realized that really brought her back to reality there. Jesus.
助かるよ、羽川。絶対にするから。これくらいって。
I could have seen a romance blooming from this, so it's got to be, you know, something here in the next like movie and a half that we have left that kind of pushes him away from ever thinking of her like that.
本当に。
He does look vastly different. I bet you if I went to the start of the first movie, he looks very different now. Because I feel like he does look maybe, I don't know. I can't tell. I don't think his face has really changed, but I mean, when he takes off the shirt off, we didn't have anything to compare him taking the shirt off. So you're just gonna have to assume that he looks much like leaner and fitter and everything that he normally does. But even then, I think just like he looks maybe taller. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. She's so embarrassed now. Had to compose herself there real quick. I mean, it is just an abandoned cram school. Any place that can be clean, you should clean. Oh, is that his porn mag that he picked up? Oh god. Any place that can be clean should be clean. Did he keep that? I thought he dropped that in the subway. Or did like Shinobu pick it up for him and bring it here? Yeah. Shinobu fucking, yeah, the cut to her, she picked it up for him. As she was dragging him away, she picked it up for him. Backdoor drop seemed important. She keeps waking up just to drop just to drop a few words and then fall asleep again. You better run. Oh god. Because he went to go get a porn mag so he could, in theory, jerk off to the thought of your panties. I'm just gonna put it bluntly because that's definitely what he was going to do. No, no. Hanekawa, your deductive skills are a little too good for your own, good. Yeah. Oh my god, we always love that. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. We always love glasses girls. That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, she's in troll mode again. You're so cooked, Araragi. Oh, we cut ahead in time. That was March 31st there. Verse episode. So yeah, we've cut ahead a few days. That helps. That is fantastic. What the fuck? She is like just like a moody teenager now. She was like a very chipper and happy child whenever she was in the child form, and now she's like a moody teen. Very just no emotions, just very tone deaf. What the fuck is happening? Did she just adjust her brain to pull out the right memories? What the fuck? So Araragi could in theory do that too? Despite being half one. Yeah, but is he like a human like you, Araragi, that became a vampire and that's why he despises them, or was he always a vampire? I see. Yeah, because you're still part vampire. Yeah, he wants to be a human very much like you, Araragi. He wants to be human. Yeah, because I mean, in theory, as far as humans go, most humans don't even know about vampires, but vampires know about vampires and humans, and the vampires probably discriminate against him constantly. So naturally, he's going to have a deeper hatred for the vampires, because he's probably experienced strong discrimination. Comparatively speaking, sorry, I'm rambling. Comparatively speaking to humans, who he probably doesn't interact with much, because they don't know about vampires. He's driven by self-interest. Here we go, fight number 2. Araragi's got new clothes on that are just waiting to get ripped off. Oh, he's just going with the jacket today. He does look different. He looks more confident as well, which I think maybe aids to how I think he looks different. What are you doing here, Hanekawa? Is she here? That's not good. So, how are they speaking Japanese now? They were speaking a totally different language before, when Araragi first met them. Is he maybe just so ingrained in being a vampire now that he can understand them better? Because last movie they were speaking a completely different language. Or maybe it was just supposed to be like, Araragi was freaking out so much that he didn't hear what they were saying. Maybe that's what it was supposed to be. But now he's calmer, and so he's trying to, you know, actually listen to them. What is Hanekawa doing? Why do they keep showing her? Is she trying to watch the fight? Damn. He was gonna say, yeah, you're the monster, but you might feel a kindred spirit to this guy who just wants to be a regular human. Yeah, he pulled it back. Woo! Yo! He's getting a little more confident in his combat abilities here too. Granted, he's still not like some combat master, but he's learning to rely on his vampire strength more. God, this guy moves fucking fast. He like fucking teleported up there. Jesus! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Ow! Is that like a blue flame? Whoa. That's a cool fucking shot. Oh god! It's like the light peering through. Can it like... It's like the light of like Jesus Christ. Can it burn him? That's why I just like set him on fire there. Oh my god. The way we know it's pitch black out, but the sky looks bright because of this like weapon and everything is crazy. We know it's the middle of the night, but it looks like it's like daylight. Whoa, that looks crazy. The way his face spun. Time to run. Come up with a strategy on the fly, Araragi. Whoa! Oh my god. He loves chucking that thing. Jesus, are we at the... Where are we? These poor buildings are just getting completely destroyed. What the hell is that? I love how someone managed to incorporate some comedy here and there. Ow, ow. I keep cutting back to this fucking goober's face. Yeah, this guy's a fucking problem. That weapon is hard to deal with. What are you doing here? Hanekawa, why are you here? Missed. Hey! That's... What the fuck? I mean, why were you here, Hanekawa? I mean, I know she was trying to give him pointers, like trying to tell him how to beat this guy, but what the fuck? How the hell does she survive this without becoming a vampire? Oh my god! That is a lot of blood. Is that her guts? Or is that just blood pouring out? Oh my god, that's her guts. Oh! Your opponent is missed. What the fuck? I mean, I know she's not dead. I know, but how does she live?
超ウケる
Whoa! Do they maybe have some way to heal Hanekawa? Holy fuck! Yeah, he's going all out with the vampire skills now. Before he was just like lightly running away and everything. He was getting out of breath. Nah, he is jumping buildings like a beast. Oh my god! This is crazy! Holy shit! He brought him to a big field of light here. So what's the way you beat Mist? Yo, that looks sick!
つまり水だ
Yeah.
そこに砂をぶちまけたらどうなる
Oh. Oh shit. Damn. Holy fuck. Yep, he's just thinking of Hanekawa.
そこまでだ
When Oshino stopped him, can Oshino like revive or save Hanekawa or something? Ooh, you'll lose. What an interesting quote. Go any further and you'll lose your humanity. What, by effectively killing somebody? You become no different than the monsters?
ハシお前羽川は
ARARAGI 君は元気いいな
Did something good happen? Jesus Christ, this is probably the last thing Araragi wants to hear right now. Because nothing good has happened.
完全に勝負はありだ見ろよ
Yeah. They doing these fucking helicopter angles again. Araragi snapped back to reality there.
羽川が
Was that maybe just like some illusion or something? I don't know. Whoa, he's imagining himself turning around to...
羽川が
He imagined himself... Oh shit, no, he actually did. He did turn around and grab him by the fucking collar.
なんで見てるんだよどうして止めなかったんだ
料金外だよ
Not part of the
吸血鬼
fee?
大使の専門家それ以上のことは別料金だ関われない
だったら最初からそう
And he would have paid you extra or something. No way she's... I mean, obviously she's not fucking dead.
もう200万円くらい
Is he gonna revive... He has a way to, like, revive her or something. Jesus, her entrails just spilled all over the place. Fuck, that's gruesome.
200万300万だって払ったよこんな時に何の冗談だ押野
冗談だよ
Life's no comedy. It's a commodity, Araragi-kun.
そして300万円で
Yeah, you were gonna do it for 2 mil and now you hiked it up because Araragi, in his rage, said he'd pay 3 million.
ヒントをあげよう頭使えよARARAGI 君
Use your head.
その不死身
You've got a lot of blood. Ooh. I mean, he just did what Shinobu did, but what does that do? How is the vampire blood gonna revive her? Oh, his blood literally heals her? I see it literally healing her. Oh my god, this is... Holy fuck. So his own blood has healing properties for regular humans as well. That's very interesting. His own blood can heal a regular human. That was so reckless of her to show up here in the first place, but I guess she was trying to help. I get it, but Jesus Christ.
荒木君
Good morning.
どうして荒木君は
Because you're alive and your innards aren't all over the place now?
制服が破けてるのも荒木君
No.
羽川もう少しだけ
Well, Jesus, that was eventful. The fuck is going on here? Oh, she's growing. She no longer fits in that dress. Whoa. The wheat field there. So now she's what, like, young adult, late teen, something like that? Jesus Christ. Okay, the dress is gone now. Did she even consume? I would assume they gave it to her. We just skipped the part where they gave it to her. Yeah, she consumed it. Now she looks like what she looks like in that image over there, in the key image for the movie. Where does she get these clothes from? Do they just materialize? Now she's like a young adult. April 5th, we continue cutting
体の
forward.
調子はあるな
Yep.
ほぼ取り返した。
Really? So she could help fight now, in theory.
もう
Haranagi's like, I don't want to fucking fight anymore. I almost lost Hanekawa last time.
残念ながら吸血鬼としてのスキルは
Don't want to risk it.
これまでより死ににくくなったというだけじゃな。ドラマ剣とならば戦えるかもしれんが、エピソードにさえ勝てん。まして。
So the last guy, who is the regular human, by the way, is the most difficult one.
あいつは人間ってことでいいんだよな。
ドラマ剣のような吸血鬼やエピソードのようなヴァンパイアハーフでもない、ただの人間
A
じゃ。
mere human. Yeah.
やつはそう、聖職者じゃ。
A priest.
近いが遠い。
どうあれ人間なんだ。
Yeah, how is he so damn
どんな手
strong?
を使ってくるにせよ。
Does he use like the typical like vampire things, like garlic or a fucking what is the weapon called that works well on vampires? What is the name of that? It's just a wooden stake. Okay. Yeah. Then you have obviously garlic, and then you have either holy water or sunlight. Maybe he's just got shit like that. I don't know. And it would make you wonder why all of them don't have that.
吸血鬼でもなく、吸血鬼退治を専門に請け負っておるのじゃぞ。むしろ警戒すべきところじゃろ。
Oh damn. He's the cause of both of her arms. Maybe we just walking through this like grass field.
タイトルギーが仕事。エピソードが市場で吸血鬼を買っておるのだとすると、ギロチンカッターは使命で
For his faith, okay.
信仰というのは
Holy fuck. I mean, I think that's, I believe that's CGI, like with hand traced over it, but goddamn, it looks so good of him walking through the field here. Maybe it is just, yeah, I think it's a CG like with hand drawn over it. Thing called religion, yeah, see, another instance where the word gets cut off, but it's only happened a couple times, so not too bad. Hello, Hanekawa.
羽川、腹の傷はどうだ。
There's not, it's like there, yeah, it's like there's not even a wound in the first place.
そうか。どれ。ちょっと見せてみろ。
Show me is crazy.
何がどれよ。あららぎくん、サンドイッチ食べない？
She brought food.
僕は
Is he not hungry? Suppose as a vampire doesn't particularly need human food.
あららぎくん、コカ・コーラ。
Random scene of her running around the wheat field with a cola in hand. Okay.
自然に筋肉がつくくらいだし。
You'll get fat no matter how many calories you consume.
的に楽しい話だけれど。
どうだろう。どちらかというと食欲はない
Yeah,
感じなんだ。
spraying soda. If it was water, I'd be like, oh, this is cute. Soda is crazy. That shit is sticky. Don't get that shit anywhere near me.
食べなくても平気って感じ。
食事って。
Is this just a whole ad for some cola?
おう、そうか。
Yeah, but if you hadn't felt hungry even once, interesting.
吸血衝動みたいなのって。
そういえばない。
Yeah, you once again might be a special case because you are a follower of Shinobu. She's really down in those sandwiches. Where are you looking, brother?
羽川。もうここには来な。
Oh, did he just like get a thirst for her blood after she brought that up or something? God, these scenes are so pretty. It's so damn pretty.
言われると思ってたし。
お願いだから。
Yeah, obviously after the last incident, he doesn't want her to be in danger anymore.
この間とは違うんだ。そりゃもちろんお前を巻き込みたくないって気持ちはあったけど。
But now, yeah, he didn't want to get her to get involved or anything like that, and now he's just trying desperately to keep her safe.
あれは夏あたりだ。今は違うんだ。
どう違うの？
エピソードの十字架がお前の脇腹をえぐった時、僕はわけがわからなくなっちまったよ。頭に血が上っちゃって死ぬかと思った。
Thought someone was gonna die. I mean, yeah, you almost killed that guy.
僕が
Whoa. He thought his human side was gonna die. Ugh.
人間強度の話。
My strength is a
お前が傷つく
human.
ことが
Yeah, because it was this whole thing that when something happens to your friends, it affects you too. Which is very true. It hurt worse than my own wounds. Damn. I mean, yeah, grieving and, you know, seeing something as traumatic as someone you care about die right in front of you is an immensely painful thing. Just different than a physical pain.
羽川、僕は人間に戻ろうとは思わないんだよ。
Wow.
ないがしろって。
Was that something on her leg? Oh no, it's just a the color of the leg looked like there was like blood on it or something. I don't want to become human again if it means losing you. Damn, that's such a different outlook from how we started this. He literally believed that he was a stronger human for not associating and being friends with people and all the above. And now on the flip side, he's saying, I literally don't want to be human again if it means you are not there as well. That's just such good development in such a short time. It's so well done. God damn, man. I love that. I love that. I don't think you'd ever let that happen to me. Also, God, the animation is so good. This OST is so pretty too. I love it. Your precious spring break on someone like me. Don't say that. She's doing what she wants. To be able to stick by him despite everything awful that's going on and almost losing her life and all the above, for her to be able to come back and just face it head on takes a lot of guts. Ooh, that's interesting. Whoa. So is the seedlings of love already in place? She was gonna reach out. This is before she's got the bag of stuff for him, but this is before she met Shinobu or anything like that. This was on their way to the cram school for the first time. Damn. She was gonna reach out and lock arms with him, maybe? Yeah. This is such a dangerous guy. You scare me. What an interesting way to put it. You really do. Whoa. Interesting scene here with her with the umbrella. But I get what he means. He's like, your willingness to do this is something I don't think I could ever do. He just wants to fundamentally understand it. There's you're like a saint. And he obviously saying he couldn't bear it if something happened to her again. Self-satisfaction. Holy shit! Oh my god, these scenes are so pretty! Oh my god! Oh my god, these scenes are so fucking pretty. Holy shit. It's not self-sacrifice at all. Well, I know she's not gonna say it because she never does admit that she's in love with him. There's a certain aspect to it, you know, a word that I might have just mentioned, because as I said, she never says that she's in love with him all the way until Bakemonogatari. He never picked up on it until the cat told him, till Black Hanekawa told him that she's in love with him. But there's definitely, you know, another aspect to it that she's not telling you. I'm gonna let her finish, but I have an idea what she could mean by self-satisfaction. That's strong of course. Ooh, the cat there. At least enough to scare you. It's time for your errand girl to retire. Oh no, because she obviously, you know, doesn't want to burden him or anything like that. Like I said, I'm gonna let the scene play out. We're gonna go back. Please wait for me. No way she's gonna be out of the movie. No way, I don't believe it. I feel there's no way she doesn't appear in the next movie. Damn, but oh, I look forward to talking with you again from the bottom of my heart. That's the sound effect of a girl's heartbeat. You're such a fucking liar, Hanekawa. You totally don't already, or something like that. Totally not. So deeply that, yeah, I almost fell for you. So deeply you'd have struck water or oil. What is that line?
そもそも女子とはほとんど話したことないし。
Yeah, the
顔をはぶっちゃってあんなエッチな方もう
Whoa! Hold on, Hanekawa, what? What is happening? The amount of time they are spending on this scene of this girl taking off her panties is insane.
貸してあげる返してね
That is insane. That is not something you just do for somebody you don't have feelings for. That is insane. That's crazy.
あららぎくん でもいらないんだったら
いやいや、いらないとはいかないよ。いるとかいらないとかそういう話をしてる。
Oh my god!
なんだっけ？それを知りたいればいいんだっけ？
What the fuck is happening? Wow. Yeah, please. Hanekawa, you're the one who gave him those, though. You can't say anything. You willingly did that in front of him and gave those to him. What just happened?
このパンツはお前の肉体から永遠に失われた。
なんて勝手なことを
パンツは返さないけれど、恩は絶対に
I
返す。
promise to repay this
羽川が
debt.
必要な時に、たとえ何もできなくたって、僕は絶対にそこにいる。お前に恩返しすることが今日から僕の生きがいだ。
So this is where the debt comes from. This is where that debt comes from, huh?
いいからパンツを
That's how that interaction ends. Oh my god. This whole scene here is so pretty, it's crazy.
しかもこんなセキュリスカートでうちに帰らなくちゃいけないわけだけれどあららぎくんそれに比べたら最後のギロチンカット
How do you,
そんなに難しくはないでしょ
how do you turn this into something wholesome? How? Genuinely, how do you turn this into something wholesome? That's crazy.
そりゃそうだ。
じゃあ健闘を祈る
健闘を祈る。
As they walk away from each other
新
here.
学期に会おう。
新学期に会おう
Damn, the way they set this up feels like these two are like destined to be like romantic partners together, but it doesn't end up happening, and damn, that makes it so much sadder. Everything that they went through here together and all the above, and damn, the fact that he ends up dating Senjo Gahara and all the above is, whew, that's fucking brutal. Makes the tragedy of her love for Araragi even sadder with the context of everything that went on here during Kizumonogatari. What a pretty scene. That is another completely background-worthy scene. Put that into your background with her just waving on loop. That is the perfect background. Like, holy shit, man. These scenes are gorgeous. Oh, Jesus. Araragi looking as serene as ever.
悪いミスった
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Oshino sprinting here. Oh, God. The movie's about to end on the cliffhanger, isn't it?
委員長ちゃんがさらわれた
Yeah, I fucking knew she wasn't gonna be out of the goddamn movies. You gotta be shitting me. God damn it. After all that, the fucking guillotine dude kidnapped her. Oh, Jesus Christ. Versus guillotine cutter.
僕は一体どうすれば。
And Araragi paid Oshino to take care of her, so Oshino did actually genuinely fuck up big time here. Araragi fully paid him to take care and watch over her.
荒木君人間であることを
Fuck! That was the preview line at the end of last. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, what do you mean give up on being human? Does that mean he's gonna have to? Jesus Christ! He's got a grip on her neck. Does that mean he's gonna have to kill this guy to save her? And to be fair, if something were to happen to her, Araragi could, in theory, revive. I don't. Can you revive a broken, like, shattered neck? I mean, I guess so. Oh, he knocked her out. Woo!
どうもしません。
Oh, very famous VA here for guillotine. As long as you don't do anything.
それでも結構鍛えているんですよ。女の子一人くらいなら。
お前それでも人間
Very interesting how somehow the human seems the least human, if that makes any sense. The least human.
羽川
Jesus.
大丈夫だから僕が絶対に
So as he said, he said it would be his life's mission to be there for her.
僕は寛容ではありません。そろそろ始めましょう。
They're gonna fucking cliffhanger us, dude. That's crazy. I'm glad I'm watching both movies today.
勝負が始まった瞬間、参ったと言ってくれればいいんです。決着するというわけです。
分かる
He's choking her so she can't fucking speak.
構わないわけないだろうが会えないんだったら人間に戻ったって何の意味もないんだよ
Whoa! Give up on being human.
「これはもう確かに人間じゃない人間を捨てている分かっている僕はもう化け物なのだから」
Huh? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Let the credits play while I try to put some form of words together. This song is incredible, by the way. Holy shit. Just not what I would have expected for the end credits of this movie. The lyrics are very love song-esque. Also, it's in French. I'm trying to work my brain right now. Don't you worry. We will be going back many a times. We still gotta go back to the fucking scene where they were in the grass field. I haven't even talked about that one yet. The song reminds me so much of Lamb, which is partially why I like it so much. Lamb is one of my all-time favorite artists. I had skipped through the credits of the other movie. I'm listening to this full song. This shit's a banger. Only got a few minutes left anyway. Alright, we lead into the presumed preview here. Part of me is tempted to not watch it since it is a preview, but... I mean, I'm about to watch the next movie. I don't really need to watch this. I'm literally about to watch the next movie right after this. Is it just a preview again? Is that what this chapter is called? It's called Ending. Yeah, okay, it is the preview. probably a very ominous beginning to the preview, but you know, I don't think I'm gonna watch that because I'm literally about to watch the next movie. So we've got some shit to go back to. Talking about, you know, this whole scene with Hanekawa and Araragi. It's very interesting because it does feel like, you know, her thing by self-satisfaction and saying that she's just doing something she wants to do. I could be so wrong because it feels like there's so much deep meaning and deep character writing in this scene. The ending of the scene is still absolutely batshit fucking insane. But, you know, her whole thing, it feels to me like she's like, you know, her self-satisfaction is referring to the fact that she avoided a word and, you know, played it off like, oh, I almost fell for you there. But I think it's a thing of, because they showed the scene where she reached out and was gonna link arms with him and everything. It's this guy that she likes, and, you know, it's this whole situation that is so much better, or you know, maybe not better, but interesting, and something that can, you know, something interesting that can happen with her life outside of her shitty family and all the above. And you know, the fact that she's maybe beginning to like this guy, she wants to help him and all the above, and it all just kind of wrapped back around to her being like, I'm doing it all for self-satisfaction. I'm doing it because I like this guy and I want to, you know, it's all like I want to help him and all the above. She refers to it as self-satisfaction, but I also I don't know, I could be so wrong on everything I'm talking about here. This scene felt very, I don't know really how to explain it, like very vague but deep, like referring to self-satisfaction of the like because he was referring to her as like a saint, and it's like, you scare me about how you're doing this for some guy you barely know and you're trying to help him and all the above, and he's like, you scare me, like that's very scary, I could never do that. But for her, it's not anything like that. He treats her like a saint, like she's just doing this just to help some guy that she doesn't know, but it's this guy that she's beginning to fall in love with, and that's where, you know, her self-satisfaction part of it comes in, and she's saying like, I'm not just doing this necessarily to be a saint, it's this situation that's very interesting with like these supernatural things, and it gets me away from like my own shitty family home life, and it's this guy that I get to be with, this guy that I'm beginning to have feelings for and things like that, and I get to help him and stuff like that. And so she's not just innately doing it. Obviously a part of her's doing it because she's a good person, but, you know, well, everything that Araragi's assuming is not correct. She's not just doing it for some guy that she just met and doesn't know anything about and all the above. She's doing it for a guy she's beginning to like and things like that, and she wants to help him and everything like that. I'm not that good or that strong of a person, yeah, to stick through all of what she's been through, getting her guts ripped out and all the above, to stick through that just for some guy she doesn't know. That's obviously not what's going on here, and that's what she's telling him. Like, I'm not that good or that virtuous or that strong of a person just to help somebody just because I'm gonna help them. Like I'm not that incredible of a person. There's obviously her own like selfish reasons for it, which I do still believe she is a good person and all the above, but she also, you know, has her own reasons tied into it that go along with her own self-satisfaction of wanting to help this guy that she likes. And, you know, she's obviously avoiding the main thing is that she likes him and is beginning to like him and all the above. I just feel like doing what I just do whatever I feel like doing. There's likely no one more self-centered than I, which is very interesting. And then it shows her like walking up to this cat here. The red umbrella visual imagery, they did a couple frames of that, was very interesting. I'm deceitful as well as stubborn. I wonder if the deceitful comes from the fact that she like toys with him about like, saying like, I almost fell for you, or, you know, like toys with them about like whatever it may be, when she herself is, you know, hiding her own feelings and things like that. But she has obviously here saying like, if you know, her being here and putting herself in danger and things only makes it harder for Araragi, then she's going to back off and stop doing that. This literally feels like a romantic, like, just wait for me. Wait for me at the school and then next term, and please wait for me. I look forward to talking with you again from the bottom of my heart. Like, it sounds very romantic in theory. And she goes, whoa there, and then does the whole heartbeat thing. This whole scene with the panties is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And then Araragi fucking running up to her. This shit's so insane, but it leads to his debt to her. You know, the panties being like, part with your body for eternity. But yeah, I won't give them back, but in exchange, I promise to repay this debt. And it's just everything that she's done for him, everything that she has done for him so far. the panty's probably part of it, you know, being and risking herself for him and things like that, and, you know, being his first friend and pulling him out of that hole he was in and that bad mindset he had adjusted himself to, and everything like that. It's just everything that she's done for him is this debt now that he wishes to pay off for her. And even if there's nothing I can do, I promise to be by your side. And he has made his best effort to do that by, you know, during the Tsubasa Cat arc, trying to help her in any way that he can, and, you know, during Golden Week, helping her in any way that he can. And, you know, he hangs out with her a lot at school. They're both on the class rep team together, which I bet you he got into because of this promise. That's not something that you would think Araragi would ever do, but then in the very first episode of Bakemonogatari, you're like, he's on the class rep team. You're like, did he just get volunteered for that? Did someone just volunteer him up to do that? And then you think, no. Now that you watch this movie, you're like, no, that's not the case. He did it because of this promise to her. That's why he did it. But damn, it's like this promise, it seems... I could be incorrect in saying this, but it does feel like it wraps back around to being the lead reason he doesn't fall in love with her, because he just feels this great debt towards her for how drastically she changed his life. He feels this deep debt towards her, and so he feels like he never can fall in love with her or something like that. And like, this scene is so pretty and good and all the above for him wanting to repay her for how much she has changed and saved him during this situation. And but it wraps back around to being very tragic in the way that he doesn't like her romantically. The romantic tragedy at the end of Bakemonogatari, where, you know, she's just had to cage in these feelings to the point where an oddity's getting involved because she's so stressed about it, because about her feelings and all of the above. It's so tragic when you think about it, and how, and this scene and all the above, because I mean, this looks, I keep saying all the above, I feel like whatever, this scene oozes romantic intent behind it. It just does. But it wraps back around to not being as such. Like, it's so absurd. It's so absurd. The whole, like, panty thing is so absurd, but it somehow wraps back around to being so goddamn wholesome, and everything that's being said here is so good. Oh, this scene is so incredible. Like, look at this shit. Look at this scene. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And then this shit, the talking about going commando, and somehow that wraps back around to her being like, this is nothing compared to what you're about to go do. You've got this. Like, oh, so goddamn good. Somehow. How do you turn that into this wholesome moment? How? Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm about done talking about the scene. There's probably some stronger, deep underlying meaning that I am not capable of glancing or gleaning at a first watch or something like that. So I'm sure there'll be more to see maybe when I'm editing. Comments will fill in some gaps of some even deeper meanings or things like that, but I get the gist of it. It's so good. So goddamn good. Oh, this scene is so pretty. I could truly put this as my computer background. Just have Hanekawa waving on loop as the background. You could truly do that. I mean, this scene is so pretty. But yeah, this scene was incredible. And then it immediately cuts to Oshino sprinting full speed as Araragi is literally so happy thinking about the scene he just had there with Hanekawa and all the above. He's so happy, and then find out she's been kidnapped. And now, for the first time, we can address what the fuck the end of this movie was. Ha! All right, let's go. Yeah, so literally Oshino is telling him, like, give up being a human. Whatever the hell that means. I wonder if this, but we know he turns back into a human, so some, I don't know. Maybe he just means in the way that, like, this power he's about to use is the most inhuman thing Araragi's gonna do so far. But also, what the fuck is this power? Shinobu, because he is a follower of Shinobu, so innately he's gonna have powers that stem from her. What the fuck is this power that holy shit, how strong is Araragi at full vampire strength? We never saw that in Bakemonogatari. We only saw him get beat up by Kambudu and whatever it may be at like 1/10 of his strength as a vampire. What the fuck is this dude at full strength? Oh my god. Literally in seconds, he dismantled this guillotine dude's plan. He saved Hanekawa, spurted like a tree, and then had the guillotine dude up on a cross. Like, what? Anyway, yeah, obviously I get what he's saying. Like, he could never give her up. Like, and as I was saying at the very beginning of this, it relates to what Oshino's telling him, like, give up being a human. And Araragi's like, I literally, if you were not around, there's no point in being human anymore. And once again, the development from how he started the first movie with his mindset of he's a stronger human by having no connections. But now it's like, I don't even want to be human if I don't have this connection with me anymore, because of how deeply she has impacted him and changed his life. So good. The writing is so fucking incredible. It's so good. And the next movie is supposed to be better than this one? Are you shitting me? What? Oh my god. What the fuck is that? Is that some power Shinobu has? Because obviously we've never seen Shinobu fight. She's been in this like dilapidated kid form, and she's never gone out to fight since the very first beginning of the first movie when we first saw her. So maybe this is just innately a power of hers that Araragi now has as well. Because holy shit, he can willingly split his arms and they like turn like black. Because I guess we did see the first guy, Dramaturgy, we did see his arms, whenever he transformed them into the blades, turned black. So maybe that's just like vampires have different weapons they can do and transform into. Give up on being human. I haven't even talked about the scene where he's like running around blasting all the cars in the air. There's like electricity sparking. It looks like he's going at like the fucking speed of light. Like, oh my god, what the hell? I have so many questions. And also, if we take down Guillotine now, what is the last movie? I thought the Guillotine fight would be saved. They'd cliffhanger us and the Guillotine fight would be in the next movie. But no. What is the next movie gonna be? We've taken all three of them out and gotten all her limbs back and everything. Like, holy shit! This is clearly him running, like, to Hanekawa, running to this battlefield here after Oshino, told him what he did. Maybe Oshino told him how to use his powers or something. Like, literally in an instant. Like, what is this? It looks like tree roots. You can see the like tree bits sparking out of it, but it's like dark black and it's got this like yellow like lines all over it. Literally in an instant, before Guillotine could even react, he was laughing. Before he could even react to fight back, he was lifted up. Like, what the fuck? How are those people in those cars gonna survive? They got launched in the air literally before he could react. Either of them could react. Like, what the and they're playing like the what is this type of music called? The breakcore? That's not, I don't think it's breakcore, but the one where it's got like the flashy quick drums and everything. He literally like sprouted a tree. Like, bro, this is crazy. How powerful is Shinobu at full strength that her follower is doing all of this? Oh my god, he literally made a fucking tree and put him on a cross. You can literally see all the roots and shit all over the ground everywhere. What the hell? Is he just knocked out? And did he know this was gonna happen? He looks content. Like, maybe it knocked him out. And Araragi's arms are like all these like roots now. They're like all fucked up. And like all the crows on the trees and everything. Of course they gotta show Hanekawa's ass shown. She still doesn't, she got kidnapped right after they left because she still doesn't have the panties. This is clearly inhuman. Ooh, and they cut to the fang being protruding out. Was using these abilities, does it make it so he can't go back to being a human? We know that's not the case because he's a human in Bake, so I have no idea. Throwing away my humanity, I know. And then this cut was so cool, the way it cut to the Japanese flag, but it's blacked out in the middle. It's no longer this red sun. It's all dark and ominous. Like, holy shit. And then they just leave you on this blank screen playing music for so long before they actually roll the credits. They just leave you here to be like, what the fuck just happened, while they play some music, and then like 30 seconds later they then roll the credits. That's so good. That's so good for them to just leave you there with a gray screen to be there in shock, because that's what I did. I had no clue what the hell had just happened. I have so many questions, and I assure you we're all gonna find them out in the next movie. Well, I can't assure you. I'm gonna assure myself that we probably will. Holy fuck, that was crazy. I can't believe, like, the next movie's rated even better than this. Oh my god, I cannot wait. Let's hop into it. I'm gonna wrap this up quickly here. I talked enough about the scene with Hanekawa and Araragi, talked enough about this. I only have questions about this, to be honest with you. But we're gonna see what Oshino told Araragi in the next movie, I would assume. So, yeah. And like I said, there's probably shit that I missed, minor details, everything. This series is so detailed. I know I'm gonna miss stuff all the time. I just try my best to get what I can get out of scenes. And, you know, a lot of people say this show is better on second watch anyway. You notice so many more things, and presumably I would be the same. I can notice as much as I can first watch, but there's always going to be things that I will notice on a second watch or something like that. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap it up for my reaction to Kizumonogatari Part 2. This is Nekketsu-Hen. So yeah, I think that is going to wrap it up. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.